Hey, thanks for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. I am Veronica. Happy to be with you today. Let's do a live video. That is part 2 in my series, How to Get Someone to Beg to Be With You. Now, this isn't meant to be negative in any sort of way. The reason why I phrased it like this is because if you have been trying to attract a specific person, like an ex, a crush, maybe you've actually begged to be with them. For example, you could have, if it was an ex, you could have begged them not to break up with you. You could have said, please, please, please don't leave me. I don't want this. Please be with me. Or if it's a specific person, maybe they've turned you down. You could have said like, please, please go out with me. I want to be with you so badly. Like you may have begged them in a way. So the reason why I'm phrasing it, have someone beg for you, is because I want to put the power back in your control as opposed to having you feel like someone else has power and control over you and you're happy. A lot easier than you realize, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So good evening if you're joining me from that particular time zone. Maybe it's morning for you, depending on what part of the world you're at. I actually just did a coaching call with someone in Australia, and it was morning for her. So maybe it's morning for you. Maybe you're having your coffee. Maybe it's evening, and you're having coffee anyway, like me. I really like my coffee. I have been attached to chocolate-flavored coffee, and then I put a salted caramel syrup in it with Italian creamer, and it is absolutely delicious. Okay, so let's get on. Okay, before I forget, I'm actually on Instagram. I keep forgetting to mention this. When I was in Ecuador, I actually posted things as I was at these locations, and I've been sort of posting pictures as I do fun things around Chicago, just doing my thing, cooking dinner. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am VeronicaIsles on it. Big surprise there. But it is fun, and you can follow along with my daily happenings and adventures. Also, I just hit 24,000 subscribers earlier today. Only 76,000 more to go to hit my goal of 100,000. So I was really excited about hitting 24,000. Another milestone, every 1,000 helps. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Please do so, because I look forward to uploading really frequently. In fact, I've got another upload scheduled for later tonight. What was it about again? I just edited it a little while ago. I actually forget. I totally forget, but it was important. And I'm sure you'll love it. But I've been editing so many different videos, I can't remember which is the one that I prepared. And I filmed a ton of videos earlier as well. And I got my hair done yesterday. So I've been very busy. Okay, so let's get on with things. So this video is kind of in response to my last video. Maybe you need sort of a question answered to help you get on the right track. How do you get someone to beg for you? So again, it's about taking the control back. It's about realizing that someone can beg for you instead of you begging to be with this person. You might be so in tune with the feeling of what it is to beg to be with someone that you don't even know what it feels like to have someone beg to be with you. In fact, you may not have any memories in your mind of a time where someone actually did beg to be with you. You probably only have memories of you begging to be with someone else. So you have like nothing to go on. But the cool thing about the imagination is that you can pretend anything and you can imagine just about anything. Like right now, you can close your eyes and you can get into a calm place. You can absolutely imagine this person begging for you, like arriving at your door, wanting to see you, sending you messages, like sending you a message on Facebook, sending you whatever, calls, professes of love, apologies. Maybe they wronged you in a relationship. They can totally apologize, totally make it up to you. Like these things are all possible. So you can, in fact, close your eyes and say, what if? this happened? What if that happened? What if they did this for me? What if I no longer had to beg? What if they were begging to be with me and I wasn't sure I actually wanted to be with them? Like, you'd be in a place of power instead of a place of feeling like things are out of control. And Rocky just came to see me. He is my big fluffy kitty that appears in some videos. He's looking very handsome tonight, and he wanted to say hi to you all. I don't know why. It's like my cats know when I'm live on YouTube. I don't know why they do this. But even if you're not a cat person, you can still say hi to him. He is a wonderful cat. But for all of you cat people, I hope you enjoyed him. He is my baby. Okay, so let's get on with some questions. I'm happy to answer your questions live. A cute cat. He is a cute cat. I manifested him. He was exactly what I wanted. I said I want a big, fluffy male cat who is a few years old, and he was just waiting for me. It's pretty amazing. Okay, what if that guy begged me for a second chance and we became best friends after realizing he was immature? I think that was like an imagination. I love that. It's funny, as I was reading that, I actually thought that that was real. So it was like I was imagining it for whoever that was that wrote that. So it was like I was manifesting for you. So I hope that good energy went your way, because I believed it as truth. So as I was reading it, I honestly believed it as truth. So that's what you need to do. Sometimes it helps to write things down, because when you write it down and then you read it, it's like your mind interprets it as total truth. So I would challenge you, if you struggle with visualizing, like, write things down and read them, because your mind will just automatically imagine them. It's like streamlining to the result. And let's see. Veronica, I was drinking too much, overly controlling, emotionally abusive. While not being violent, she was afraid I would become violent. In 6 months, let's see, since the split, I've stopped drinking. Well, awesome that you've stopped drinking. I would give her a chance, though. Like, if you were drinking too much, like, you probably were really scary. So I would, especially if you were emotionally abusive, like, I would give her a chance to sort of welcome in the time where you can give this another go. Like, I wouldn't force things. What I would do is I would continue to work on yourself and work on rebuilding your life. Like, make this time all about you, because it's still probably pretty fresh, you know, being that person before. Like, you've evolved and you've stopped sort of that bad behavior. But you need to give things a chance to follow through. So I would continue to work on yourself and believe that this person can in fact forgive you and can in fact, look, I've changed, I'm different, I'm not that person as I was before. So give her a chance. And this sort of goes for all situations. I mean, maybe it wasn't nearly as extreme as that person's example, but if you did things that you regret doing and you want to prove to this person that you are no longer that person and that you no longer bring sort of this baggage to the relationship, you can't like go to them and say, you know what, I've changed, and you can't like describe it to them. You can't prove it to them with words. Like, that doesn't work. All you can do is be a good example and keep living your life in that new way, and allow that person to feel the changes and to approach you when you are ready. But you have to love them unconditionally enough to wait until they are actually ready. You can't force them to be ready before they are. I've tried manifesting and being positive, and it's not working. A lot of times when it's not working, it really, you know, I do want to backtrack a little bit. Being positive does not equal a particular result. A lot of times we say be positive because it makes us feel better, makes us feel stronger. But there are plenty of negative people who are getting the result. Why is this happening? It is because of that core belief within you. So if you find things just aren't working, you're like, hey, wait a second, I'm doing the work, saying the affirmations, this isn't working. You got to try something new. You can't stay stuck in a routine. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect to get a different result. Like, it just doesn't work. It doesn't happen. So I think a lot of times if you are stuck, and in fact, I just recorded a video on this earlier, so do expect to see that hopefully within the next couple days, because I have been uploading pretty frequently. I want to say that you always need to change. Like if you are trying to manifest something and you're like, hey, wait a second, it's been way too long, it hasn't happened yet. First of all, you got to stop wondering where it is, because I think that that is one of the first problems. The first, where is it? Like, where is it? Why isn't it here? Like if you keep saying why and where is it, you just create more of why and where is it. It's like your words are commands. So you could say, well, it's not here yet, but I do have good things that are here. So I'm going to make the most of those good things. And I'm going to take advantage of the joys that are in my life right now instead of focusing on the lack of what I'm trying to manifest. I'm sure it's around the corner. I'm sure it's arriving towards me. Like imagine, you know, if you're waiting for a package, like you could look at FedEx and you could see where it's at. Like it'd be cool if you could do that. Like when you start a manifestation, like you get a tracking number. Yeah. And you could like track where it's at and the progress. Like that'd be really cool. But you know what? I think if we were able to do that, I think we'd get really bored. And we'd be like, hey, wait a second, I can have anything I want and I can know where it's at. This isn't fun anymore. So I think a lot of times that not knowing, that having to have blind faith, makes it all the more exciting when it does arrive. And manifesting is like that. Like you want to see the abundance of something, the possibility of something. It isn't necessarily being positive about it. It's about seeing it as possible. So like you say to yourself, it would be wonderful to be with this person. It would be wonderful to have them say all the things that I've been waiting to hear. But they're not doing it right now. I'm not going to be like super cheery and positive about it if I don't feel like it, but I am going to be super determined. Like, you know what? They're going to realize that I'm the best thing for them and they're going to do this at some point. I don't know when, but they are going to do this. Okay. Hey there, sexy lady. That's nice. Hello from Belmont and Central Avenue in Chicago. Cool. It's really cold here right now. It's going to get colder. We're going to have snow, more snow in the world. At least that's what I think. I'm really proud to be here. 5th generation. My ancestors got here in like 1850. So I'm excited that I've been in Chicago. And I don't know why they chose Chicago, but I'm glad they did because it is amazing here. Okay. And interestingly enough, I'm wearing a California t-shirt. I was unpacking because I'm still unpacking in my house and I found this shirt and I was really excited I found it. So I had to wear it in like all of my videos. So expect to see this shirt again in other videos, but that's okay. All right. Should I respond to my specific person if they keep reaching out to me when trying to do no contact? This is a great question. Okay. No contact does not mean when they reach out, you ignore them. Now, I know other videos are going to tell you no contact means you can't have any contact for 30 days and then you talk. What is the point of that? I don't think you should ever put time limits on things. And the whole idea is if someone's contacting you, you want to respond. My version of no contact, which works, means you don't initiate, they do the initiating. But if they reach out to you, you absolutely respond. Like, why would you ignore them to prove a point of no contact? What good is that going to prove? So I think that if they're reaching out to you, make the most of it. Act totally natural, as if everything is perfect, as if you already have the result now. I mean, how wonderful. Don't ignore them. Definitely respond to them. Like, don't take it as a license to then message them a gazillion times, but definitely reciprocate. You want to, you know, if something is freely coming to you, take it. And I'm wishing you all the best of success. All right. If I've been blocked on WhatsApp and have reached out via email a few times over the past 6 months, after a 3-month gap, most recently I emailed a song I heard that reminded me of her saying just that. You think of her, but honestly, things like that, wait to share when you are on speaking terms. So a lot of times we will have things that we want to say to this person, but we're not currently communicating with them. You're going to want to write those things down so that when you are talking again, that you can say all of these things that you were waiting to say. But you don't want to use it as an excuse to reach out, because clearly, like, this person who you're trying to reach out to needs more time. They need a little space. They need to be ready to communicate with you. And you can't force them to communicate with you. Like, I know that it's frustrating if there's been a gap. And if you haven't talked to somebody in a long time, it can feel like you're in this black, dark hole. But you want to get to a point where it feels like that communication is open, even though you're not able to physically do it. So inside your heart, it doesn't have to feel black and closed off. It can feel open and wonderful and easy. I want you to get to a place where you can feel like you will communicate again. And if you've been blocked on one platform, don't use another platform to contact them. It's not going to work. I did that long time ago, before I obviously knew about the law of attraction and how to be successful in relationships. When I was in all of my failures, I would have someone not want to talk to me, and then I would find a payphone and call this person so they wouldn't know it was me on the phone. And guess what they did? They hung up on me because it doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work at all. It didn't work for me then. It's not going to work for you now. Like, if they blocked you on WhatsApp, if you send an email, it's not going to work. And I know that we're usually so desperate to talk to someone that we just want to be heard and to talk to you. But once you can release that need, that's when they come running to talk to you and come running and beg to want to talk to you. It's not going to happen if you keep chasing this person. And I've done a lot of videos on chasing. Chasing doesn't work. Definitely, if you're blocked, if this person has said they need space, obviously, if they've rejected you in some sense, you can't keep banging at them, especially with, like, I mean, I'm sure, you had the best of intentions. You wanted to share a song, like, that's sweet. It's the wrong time to do that. And just trust that a time will come where you're talking again and you can share wonderful things and have it be reciprocated. Can I attract my love back if they're interested in someone else? Sure. Why not? I think that there is no obstacle that is completely standing in your way of succeeding. And obstacles are all in the mind. So if you believe it's an obstacle, then it's going to be an obstacle. But I don't see it as an obstacle. Maybe they are interested in someone else, but they can also be interested in you. Like, you can see all the reasons why you're wonderful. You could do that. My specific person asked me to go out after not seeing him for months. How can I visualize our date meetup to be perfect? I like this question. Okay. So, because I think that this is really relevant to a lot of people. So when this happens, you do not want to put so much pressure on this date meetup that you end up turning it into a failure. You want it to be a success. The way you get it to be a success is to see it as an average, everyday occurrence that happens all the time. Like, it's not something unusual that you're getting to do once and, oh my gosh, you have to do it right, or otherwise you're going to mess it up. You want to see it as something so relaxed and easygoing, a part of your day-to-day thing. You get to see their expectations, like they have to say this. They have to say we're officially back in a relationship together, or otherwise it's a failure. If you put all these attachments on it, you're not going to enjoy being with this person. The thing that's going to attract an official relationship again is enjoying this person like it's totally easy, it's totally natural, it's totally wonderful. Like, it's just easy going and wow, we're spending time together again and I'm just going to let my personality shine. I'm not going to try to be somebody I'm not. I'm not going to try to say all the right and perfect things. I'm just going to go naturally with what I feel in my gut and my intuition and just be totally relaxed and at ease with this person, and I'm going to have a good time. I'm not going to feel it as scarce. I'm not going to feel like this is a one-time thing and, oh my God, I got to get it right. Just going to feel like I get an abundance of this and they're just going to want to see me again. If you can have like no expectations on the situation, like you'll get more than you would have dreamed was possible. If you say, well, this has to happen and they ought to say this and we got to address everything right now, like you put so much pressure and then you just end up getting in a self-defeated way because there's no way that everything can live up to those expectations when you're gripping onto them so tightly. But if you can go in, no expectations at all, you probably get so much. It's amazing. Okay. How often do you have to put in the work to manifest? I totally lost it. To manifest a specific person, you don't have to put in much work at all. Honestly, think about it. Like, I'm sure you have an example of manifesting something that you thought of once. Like, maybe you remembered an old friend that you used to have fun with that maybe ends. The next day, they contact you on social media. I was thinking about you. Like, why would that happen? You thought about it once. You can think about your specific person once and have it happen. Now, usually for a specific person, we think about them a whole lot more than once. But the point I'm trying to make is that you're not required to think about them for X amount of hours. Like, you have to think about them for 60 hours before it manifests. No, that's ridiculous. You don't have to visualize them every single day either. Otherwise, it won't work. Just when they come to your mind, which they obviously will come to your mind because you want to be with them, just playfully think about them like, oh, wow, this person, I love the way that it is to think about them. And wow, they really make me happy. Their personality is so cool. And I know that they'd love to be with me too. That's all you got to do. And then just do your own thing. And that's pretty much it. We complicate the process so much and it's so unnecessary. Doesn't have to be complicated at all. Life can be so easy, wonderful, when you just flow with things and you believe in yourself. And maybe you don't have this particular result right now, but there are things to be happy about right now. And focus on those things. I think about her all day and all night, including my dreams. That's a lot. I wouldn't do that. If you want to manifest someone, you need to have a balanced life. Because think about it. If you were with this person, you wouldn't be thinking about them all the time. You'd be thinking about work, health, other fun things like your social life, things to do, your interests. Try to mimic that sort of life. I feel less and less good as I manifest. That's not good. Since I've been blocked completely. That's his way of moving on. How can I stop him from doing this? We had a great 2 years together. Okay. First of all, manifesting. If you feel bad while manifesting, like I know I said you didn't have to feel positive, but you really shouldn't feel bad. Like you can be negative or cynical, but if you literally feel bad, that doesn't sound like it's very much fun. Like, why would you? I mean, I guess this person's feeling bad because they've been blocked completely for 2 weeks. And obviously that's not a good feeling. But for example, you don't want to get into a mindset of stopping someone from doing this. For example, this person said that they feel like because they've been blocked that this person is moving on. Now, you don't actually know that for sure. This is just your fear talking. You feel like this is why they blocked you. But let me tell you, people block for so many different reasons. Like, it isn't necessarily moving on. In fact, if he really was moving on, he might not even feel the need to block you because he was moving on anyway. So why even make a grand gesture of blocking? Like, we don't know exactly what's in his head. We don't know how many times he remembered the 2 great years together and felt like, well, maybe I want to give this another chance. But if you're feeling bad and assuming that he's doing these things, then you're writing the story of your life. You're writing the results. It's like you are the author and you're saying to yourself, well, this is what he's thinking, even though you really don't know. This is what he's thinking, and this is why he did that, and I'm going to feel awful because this is not what I want, and I have to somehow stop him. It's not the right approach. The right approach is saying to yourself, well, I'm going to focus on me. 2 years together, I must have done some wonderful things to make him happy. If you were together for 2 years, you had a good things to make him happy and to make him feel good. And so we deserve another chance at this. I'm not going to focus on being blocked. I'm not going to focus on the limitations. I'm going to focus on the strengths. What it was like to be happy and what it would be like to have a second chance at this. So instead of feeling like you have to force him to do something, feel like he can naturally gravitate towards you. Like, don't make the assumption that he's moving on because you don't know that for sure. You really don't. And I know it would be easier if we could see inside of someone's head. Well, we can't. Like, you never know fully what someone's thinking, and we never fully express all of our thoughts and feelings to someone else. Even if we're really close with someone else, we can never fully share that experience of thinking. And I think that he probably has a lot of different thoughts going on in his mind right now, and they're not all bad. They're not all moving away from you. So really get into a place where you can see it as possible to get back together. Try not to feel awful, like it's not a requirement to feel positive. But if you're feeling awful, like that's just no way to live. You got to take back your ability to live and your ability to feel in control again. And I'm wishing you all the best in your situation. Okay. I broke up with a girl because she was a psycho. She put a knife to my throat because I didn't feel like making out. Okay, that sounds awful. I really wish I wouldn't have read that question. Okay, well, it's a good thing you're not with this person. I don't know if that was real or not, but yeah, if anyone does that, get as far away from this person as possible. Okay. Let's see. I feel my specific person still loves me and thinks about me. That's good. But have too much pride to reach out. This is a comment. Being the law of attraction can bring him back. And I just got a super chat question, which I will address in a second. Okay, so you want to get into the feeling. First of all, let me backtrack a little bit. The law of attraction is something you're already using. So, of course, the law of attraction, the conscious use of the law of attraction can bring him back. No reason why it can't. Doesn't matter how much pride he has or how much, or how unlikely you think it is that he's going to reach out first, because there's always a way to get back together. There's always a way to mend this and make this better. So remember first that you're the author, the sculptor, the artist of your own life. That's what the law of attraction is all about. Yes, and you can attract a place where you will start talking again. Maybe they have a lot of pride. Maybe you think they're too stubborn. Maybe you think that there's all these things standing in the way as to why they can't reach out. But the universe has amazing and beautiful ways to bring you back together. So instead of looking at your situation as impossible or unlikely to get back together, say to yourself, you know what? We can absolutely get back together. And the law of attraction can make my life better, the conscious use of it. If I start focusing on better results and empowerment and independence, then those results are going to follow every single time. Even if this person is stubborn or you think there's something prohibiting them from making the first move, maybe you get put back together some other way. So try to keep that in mind. Okay, I've got a super chat question. It's big and green and pretty. Hi. It's me, one of your well-wishers. Question: what is your experience with Neville Goddard's revision concept? How do you like to practice it? Revision is awesome. It's basically just redo. And the cool thing about revision is that you rewrite your history. So, for example, maybe your specific person didn't say these awful things. Maybe instead they said something wonderful. And I think that it gives you peace with past experiences, and it also sets up a new foundation for the current moment. So if you are going back into the past and you're healing and putting these things to rest because you've revised them, then you can create something new in the current moment just by default. And I think that it's fun. Revision can be fun, it can be healing, but as with any technique, don't get obsessed with it. Don't do it all the time. Don't think that it's a requirement because there are plenty of people who don't do revision that get better results. Okay, let's take a couple more questions. I am getting thirsty and hungry and I need dinner. Last question. If we've done everything wrong, oh, there's another super chat question. Okay, if we've done everything wrong, cause of, I don't know what that says, reaching out after being blocked. Okay, it sounds like you did a lot of things wrong. Is there still hope of manifesting them back? Yes, because you can make up for those things. Like even if you screwed up really, really bad, you can make it up to this person. Like you don't have to be held accountable your entire life. Like you don't have to live in regret for all of those things that you did. You just have to make a new start and decide, you know what? I am going to be a different person, a better person. I am going to do things right this time. I'm going to give them space, unconditionally love them, and I'm going to see new results happening. My specific person keeps seeing my WhatsApp story. I have no communication due to third parties. I left. What should I do? I have done all LOA practices. Let's see. Communication. I feel like communication is going to be inevitable. I mean, if they're seeing your WhatsApp story, definitely think that obviously they think about you. Now, what I would be careful of is creating WhatsApp stories that are specifically directed at them. Like if you know that they're seeing it, like you don't want to use it as like a tool of manipulation to be like, hey, I'm trying to, get you to communicate with me, or I'm trying to make you feel this way, or this is specifically directed at you. Don't do that. Do whatever WhatsApp stuff that you would have do if you were settled that like these third parties didn't exist, that, things were just okay and on the road to being okay. So I think that, finding that way to mimic what the ideal result would be like what would your WhatsApp look like if everything was fine? So don't use it as a way to, again, try to control the situation. Try to let go, not control things, and be beautiful. Okay, what do I want to say? Oh, my birthday is coming up. I'm going to be 41. That is crazy. 41 years old. I remember turning 40 last year. I was excited about it. Now I'm turning 41. That's like crazy. Be in my 40s. I'm already in my 40s. But now instead of 40, I'll be 41. It's February 1st. So that is my birthday. I won't be working that day. I won't be uploading a video. I'll be relaxing and having a super delicious lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I already know what I'm going to eat because I really like food. And I'll be relaxing with my cats, hopefully seeing a movie, spending time with my boyfriend. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to celebrate all weekend long. I'm going to go to one of those escape rooms because they're super cool. And I'm excited about that. I'd also love to go to the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. Okay. Yeah, what is WhatsApp story? I actually don't know. I'm actually kind of clueless as to a lot of these forms of social media, but I am on Instagram now. So I am excited about that. Oh, cool. There's like grapes, kisses, hearts. Okay. All right. February 6th. Is that someone's birthday? Happy early birthday. February birthdays are awesome. Okay. Is there anything else we want to talk? Oh, there's another February birthday, Aquarius. Oh, okay. I think we're going to close up for the night. I do plan on doing these often. I didn't actually have any questions submitted this time. So if you want a question submitted, do send it. Even if you've sent it before in the past, I'm not sure what I did with my old ones. They may turn up one day, but if you really want your question answered, I could probably handle it by the next online session. I'll probably come online again live on Friday, but do expect some video uploads. I've got one that I did earlier. I can't remember what it was about. Oh, manifesting fast. That was it. Tips and tricks to streamline your result. That was it. And then I actually also am uploading a plastic surgery video. I did have 4 surgeries because I did lose 150 pounds. And I am uploading a video on that. So if you're interested in a weight loss journey like that video, I'm going to be uploading another Ecuador video where I stayed in keto. There'll be a lot of new fun things happening on this channel. Do subscribe if you haven't already. I am Veronica. You can email me your questions. VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. I do one-on-one coaching. So I do email coaching. I do phone calls, Skype, text chats. I do it all. And you can find that on VeronicaIsles.com. I do full-length emails. So, for example, that is really the most affordable response. It's like 350 to 500 words. And I do MP3s, too, if you want like a voice-recorded version of the email that you can replay. So that has become popular. I do have 5 eBooks available on Amazon. If you did recently watch one of my success story videos, I am going to be taking that viewer's suggestion about writing another 25-day challenge that is for all things like career, money, health, all good things, exercises, a new set of exercises. Fun. Okay, any other questions? I feel like maybe answering one more if anyone wants. I guess none. Well, have a lovely night. Thank you so much for joining me on this. Is it Wednesday? Wednesday night? Everybody just seems to be chatting amongst one another. I guess no need to ask me anything anymore. Okay, and astrology is fun. I see people talking about astrology. I think it's super fun about personalities, but I do want to say I think you can get along with any sign. Like, you're not restricted to the sign that you're supposedly compatible with. And I don't think astrology predicts the future either. But it's fun to see these different personalities. I mean, I'm a typical Aquarius, so I think that's cool. Okay, oh, how can we let go to bring someone back? Letting go is that weightless, freeing feeling in your mind. In fact, let's take the last few minutes to all sort of let go together. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a clear picture in your mind of one of the goals that you want to manifest. Maybe it's that specific person, maybe it's money, health, career, whatever. I'm going to get a goal in my mind too. Okay, so we all sort of have a goal. Now, when we think about that goal, we want it so badly. Like, we feel so at one with wanting it, you know, to have it, but we don't actually have it. So it's like this, you're like trying to get it, I want it so bad. Give it to me feeling. You just imagine it and be like, that would be so cool. And it's like in that moment, you're not feeling the lack or the absence of it. You're just enjoying the idea of it. Like, wow, that feels cool. Now, letting go of it is not forcing yourself to stop thinking about it. It's that weightless, freeing feeling associated with thinking about it. So, for example, you think about the idea and you just let go of all that tension associated with it. Usually when you think about your desire, you're like, well, can't happen because of this, this, and this, and this, and this. So you're letting go of all that. You're letting go of where is it? 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 You're letting go of, well, where's the progress? I don't see any progress. It seems to be getting worse. Oh my gosh. You're letting go of all that. You're just like, wow, this is cool. I'd love to have this in my life. It's a goal of mine. Be awesome, you know? And so you're just like, it feels good. And then you just go about your life. Like right now, I just imagined my goal. My goal is getting at least 100,000 subscribers. I imagined it. I want it really badly, of course. Other people have that much. I think I can have that much. You know, I'd also like to have a video reach 1 million views. I've never had that many. Be cool, right? But I'm not going to like obsessively be thinking about it and obsessively checking. I mean, of course, I'll notice when I get 1,000 more, but I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I just lost a subscriber. I'm getting away from my goal. This is horrible. No, just going to be like, well, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. You don't have to. It'd be awesome if you did. And I'm going to go have dinner and try to relax. And I do have some emails to send out. So if you are waiting for a response from me, you might be hearing from me tomorrow. Phone calls and coaching tomorrow. in the late afternoon to evening and all day Friday. Have a wonderful evening wherever you may be, and may you be surrounded and comforted by the knowing that all of the creative power is within you. You're not lacking anything. You have it all within you to reach your dreams, to reach higher than your dreams, to get that specific person and then some. So may you know this inside of yourself, and I hope that this video could help you reach a place where you can truly accept that and get your goal. Have a lovely night. Good night, and see you soon.